Welcome back to Handheld Hero. Ubisoft might have just admitted something without actually saying it. After years of trying to convince us that Skull and Bones was the future of pirate games, the most exciting pirate game Ubisoft has right now is Black Flag again. And honestly, that says everything. Black Flag Resynced looks incredible. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. Edward Kenway is back, the naval combat is back, the islands are back, and most importantly, the soul is back. But the irony is almost too much to ignore. Ubisoft spent years and probably a ridiculous amount of money trying to move past Edward Kenway, only to realize he might be the one thing keeping their pirate fantasy alive. Resynced isn't just a remake, it's a confession. It's Ubisoft accidentally admitting that Skull and Bones was a mistake. The reason Black Flag still works has nothing to do with live service or quadruple A marketing. It works because it actually understood the fantasy. Ubisoft's biggest mistake with Skull and Bones was thinking the magic was just the boat. But players didn't just want a ship, they wanted to be a pirate. They wanted to step off the deck and walk through Havana. They wanted to climb rooftops, hunt treasure maps, dive underwater, board enemy ships, and get into gritty sword fights. Black Flag was a pirate life game. Skull and Bones was a spreadsheet with sales. And that is the difference. You can't patch Soul into a game after launch. You either have that adventure, or you don't. And here's the part that's actually wild. Ubisoft Singapore is leading this remake. That's the same studio that spent years tied to Skull and Bones, a project that originally grew out of Black Flag's naval gameplay. Think about that. That's like going on a 10-year journey through hell just to end up back exactly where you started. It's embarrassing, but it might also be the only right move they have left, because this is a second chance for Ubisoft to remind us that they used to know how to make a complete pirate game. Not a service, not a grind, not a map full of chores, just a damn good adventure. But look, this can't just be a pretty remake. If Ubisoft is bringing Black Flag back in 2026, it can't just be a lighting mod. We need updated combat. We need better parkour, we need better stealth, and for the love of everything, we need those tailing missions to be less annoying. The original is loved for a reason, which means the remake is already on thin ice. If they over-modernize it, people will say they ruined the nostalgia. If they do too little, people will say it's just a $70 nostalgia tax. And after Skull and Bones, Ubisoft does not have unlimited credit in the pirate department. They need this to hit, because if they mess up Black Flag 2, then the pirate brand is not just damaged, it's sunk. The hardest part for Skull and Bones is that this remake doesn't even have to be perfect to make it look bad. It just has to remind us what was missing: a real protagonist, a real world, a reason to leave the ship, a reason to actually care. Skull and Bones wanted to be the future, but Black Flag was the game we actually wanted all along. So no, I'm not mad that Edward Kenway is back. I think it's the smartest move Ubisoft has made in years, but it's also the ultimate I told you so. Black Flag Resynced is Ubisoft accidentally admitting that the real quadruple A pirate game came out in 2013. And everything since then? Just a very expensive detour. But what do you think? Does this remake make Skull and Bones look even worse, or is it unfair to compare them? Drop your take in the comments, and if you want gaming takes that don't play it safe, subscribe to Handheld Hero.